Hello Nidorinos and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and today we are coming to you from Heart Home City, where the Spectres are sitting pretty on top of the leaderboard, and they are looking to end the 4-game winning streak of the Pony Timbers, who have been making a strong charge up the leaderboard. But can they continue that here today by knocking off the top side? Let us know in the comments below who you think will win. Will it be the Ghost types? Will it be the Ground types? Let's send it down. But that is right, the Ground types 4 victories in a row, and they want their 5th over the Ghost types as they start with Sandaconda and Donphan. It'll be Gengar and Poltergeist starting out for the Heart Home Spectres, and immediately Gengar is going to go with the Misty Explosion. This is a massive risk. Gengar has just taken itself out of the matchup. It did damage to Poltergeist as well. Sandaconda is going to go with the Stone Axe onto Poltergeist. Gets a great hit, but maybe more importantly, it sets up those floating stones on the side of the Heart Home Spectre. So anyone who comes out onto that side now is going to take damage from the pointed stones. The Aromatic Mist does fail from Poltergeist, and Donphan sets up the Toxic Spike, so also anyone who comes out for the Heart Home Spectres will be poisoned. The Pony Timbers have started off perfectly here as out comes Decidueye for the Heart Home Spectres. It gets hit by the pointed stones and it lands in the Toxic Spike, so it is going to be poisoned. This is a brilliant play by the Pony Timbers to start this match, and Sandaconda follows it up with the Mystical Fire onto Poltergeist, who holds on. It has a special attack load. It would have been super effective if it had gone for Decidueye, but the Earthquake now hits everybody on the field. It's not very effective on Decidueye, and Donphan takes the critical hit. Still tanks that hit though. Decidueye follows it up by throwing out the Sticky Web onto the side of the Pony Timbers, so anyone who comes out to that side now will be slowed down when they land in that Sticky Web. The Wild Charge onto Decidueye, not very effective from Donphan. There's a little bit of recoil damage for the Ground type there as well, as Decidueye is starting to feel the effects of that poisoning here. Sandaconda is going to go with the Court Change. This is a massive risk. Now they've just moved the Sticky Web onto the side of the Heart Home Spectres, but now they have the Toxic Spikes on the side of the Pony Timbers and the Psyshock from Poltergeist onto Sandaconda. Now remember, Poltergeist did have its special attack lowered. Decidueye with the Gunk Shot also going for Sandaconda here. Not very effective. Sandaconda holds on, and Donphan is going to go for the low kick, which will not affect the Ghost types. They're immune to normal and fighting type attacks, but Decidueye is not immune to that poisoning, continuing to feel the effects of it. And Sandaconda, still with the speed advantage, sets up for the Shadow Force, so it's going to vanish from the field instantly. This will be super effective on the Ghost types, as well as the Gunk Shot yet again from Decidueye. Sandaconda avoids it this time though, because it has vanished, and Poltergeist with the Tickle is going to lower that attack and defense of Donphan, and they are both base 120, so that is fantastic to tickle this Pokemon, as Donphan responds with the Frenzy Plant and takes Poltergeist out of this matchup. That is 2 Pokemon down for the Heart Home Spectres. The Pony Timbers have started off fantastically as Decidueye yet again feeling the effects of that poisoning. It is in KO range, and out comes Goldango for the Heart Home Spectres, immediately being caught in that Sticky Web, so it does have its speed stat lowered. And Sandaconda with the Shadow Force on the Steel Ghost type gets that super effective hit. Fantastic damage done to Goldango there, and now the Bullet Punch is going to finish off Sandaconda. Great play there by Decidueye to take out the Ground type. And Goldango could follow it up here, but Donphan's actually quicker. It has to recharge. That's the importance of that Sticky Web, as Goldango sets up the Leech Seed, but Donphan rolls out of the way and avoids that attack, and Decidueye is still feeling the effects of that poison. It's got 1 turn left in it, and now out comes the Dunsparce for the Pony Timbers, having those pointed stones dig into it now that they are on the side of the Timbers, as well as being poisoned due to those Toxic Spikes. And the Dunsparce, being the terrestrial Pokemon for the Pony Timbers, immediately sheds that normal typing and becomes a Ground type Pokemon, taking that wondrous crown on the field. And by wondrous, I mean quite unique, as we have Decidueye immediately going for the Rock Smash onto the Dunsparce, which is going to lower the Dunsparce's defense here. And Dunsparce does respond with the Metal Sound, but Decidueye is able to avoid that attack. Donphan, however, follows it up with the Vine Whip, and Decidueye is eliminated with a not very effective Grass type attack. There's 3 Pokemon down for the Heart Home Spectres already, as the Grass Knot from Goldango, a perfect response, takes out Donphan with that super effective move. That's 2 Pokemon now down for the Pony Timbers and 3 down for the Heart Home Spectres, as the Dunsparce feels the effects of that poisoning. Now out comes Electrode for the Hard Home Spectres, and it is Great Tusk coming out in the place of Donphan as Electrode, the quickest Pokemon in the PokeType League, gets caught in that sticky web, having that speed stat lowered. Great Tusk being hit by those pointed stones and being left poisoned. Now these field hazards have been a huge play in this matchup, and it's actually going really great for the Pony Timbers, who have led from the get-go as Electrode sheds that electric typing and becomes a ghost type because it's the terrestrial Pokemon for the Heart Home Spectres. See if it can have an impact in this match. It still is the quickest Pokemon in the match immediately with the Absorb onto Great Tusk is super effective there, and Great Tusk is going to respond with the Rock Smash, but yet again, the fighting type moves will not affect ghost type Pokemon. The Dunsparce, however, is going to go and set up an electric terrain, which the Pony Timbers will not mind because they are immune to electric type attacks, which means Electrode won't be able to capitalize on its original typing, but the dual wing beat now onto the Dunsparce from Goldango, not Dodango, hits 2 times, and Great Tusk does feel the effects of that poisoning here. Pony Timbers really need to act fast as that poisoning is chipping away at their health here, and Electrode with the Rock Throw going for the Dunsparce. Not very effective, so the Dunsparce takes that hit and Great Tusk responds with the brutal swing. It hits everybody on the field. It takes out the Dunsparce, which is a massive risk, but it is super effective on Electrode and Goldango and eliminates Goldango from this match. So the Pony Timbers are still in the lead here. They are doing fantastically to try and get their 5th victory in a row, but the Ghost types want their 4th victory in a row, so they send out Dragapult, the 2nd quickest Pokemon in the PokeType League, who yet again will get caught in that sticky web. It will be slowed down a little, but I have to wonder if it'll still be quicker than Great Tusk as those pointed stones dig into Mudsdale, and it is left poisoned due to the toxic spikes. Now Mudsdale does have that stamina ability. Keep that in mind as the Electro Ball from Electrode will not affect Great Tusk. Remember, they are immune to electric type attacks. Dragapult though does go with the wrap onto Mudsdale. Very minimal damage, and this is going to kick off that stamina. So Mudsdale immediately gets a defense boost, but it will take continuous damage from the wrap as the Leaf Storm from Great Tusk onto Dragapult, not very effective, and this is going to lower that special attack of Great Tusk, but is a much more of a physical attacker as the Screech from Mudsdale is going to lower that defense a great deal of Dragapult. And there is Great Tusk still feeling the effects of that poisoning, as does Mudsdale. The Heart Home Spectres really need to capitalize on that and get on the offensive because they have not led since the very start of this matchup. And there's Mudsdale feeling the effects of the wrap as well as Electrode with the Giga Impact onto Mudsdale. Mudsdale tanks that hit, and yet again it gets that stamina boost. And we will see Electrode having to recharge in the next turn, but first the triple dive from Dragapult, and every time this hits Mudsdale, it activates that stamina ability, so every time it gets a defense boost, even though this triple dive is super effective, Mudsdale should still be able to hold on. The Hard Home Spectres are really trying to get these ground type Pokemon off the field, but it holds on, getting 3 defense boosts from that triple dive. That should be 5 defense boosts for Mudsdale already, as Great Tusk is going to go for the Darkest Lariat onto the Pseudo Legendary, and Dragapult is eliminated with that super effective move. But Dragapult's Curse Body ability does get activated, so Great Tusk is going to struggle on the field, but Electrode is all by itself, and it's going to be on the receiving end of the Scorching Sands from Mudsdale. It holds on, however. Electrode needs to go for something big here and try and take out both Great Tusk and Mudsdale. Maybe it needs to ride that Surf. Mudsdale is an easy target on the field right now, and Electrode having to recharge. That's right, after the Giga Impact, and Great Tusk having no moves left is going to struggle, and Electrode is eliminated. It does activate that Aftermath ability, so Great Tusk takes a little bit of damage from that, but Electrode is eliminated. Great Tusk also gets the recoil damage. It could hold on here, but no, it's taken itself out to do so, but it got the victory for the Pony Timbers. The Heart Home Spectres have lost only their 2nd game this season in spectacular fashion. Now, they still will be on top of the leaderboard, and next round, they will be taking on the Levia Candy Hearts. But the ground types get their 5th victory in a row and move up to 8th place on the leaderboard, as next round, they will be taking on the Holon Heroes. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.